Hello guys, I'm Megan Graham and I am here today with a live stream about fitness, beauty, and skincare. I know that some of you guys were asking me about my routine and I thought I would hop on here for a different kind of live. Any minute now, so I get weekly meals to stay. Don't mind my husband just walking around behind me. He's actually feeding our dogs because right now is usually when they eat. So they have to be on their schedule, and we have a little 1,200 square foot condo in Boston. So anyway, I really wanted to talk to you guys today about how I keep my fitness attainable and how I stay in shape. I know that hi Alfie, you can come up here. Come here, buddy. I see a lot of people at the gym and they are struggling with what they should do. I know a lot of people have gained a lot of weight and they're not feeling great about themselves after all the shutdowns and things like that. So I thought I would get on here and chat a little bit about some of the habits that I have. So I think I do have my phone's on, honey. So when she dings, she usually just leaves the food outside. Okay. So one of the things that I have been doing, because just like everybody else during this shutdown, I feel like I really let my health priorities, my fitness, and staying in shape kind of just stop because I was so worried about everything. And I think there was a lot of stress and things like that. And it just wasn't making me feel good. So there's little icons that are just running around down here, and I'm going to actually quit them because they're super distracting. Sorry, guys. Let's see if I can quit this. Perfect. Now I won't see it anymore. So during the shutdown, and even just the past 8 months, I feel like I was super reactive and I wasn't taking care of my health and fitness like I usually do. And so the last, I would say 5 weeks to 7 weeks, I've been really doubling down and paying attention to what I needed to do to get myself into my best shape. And for those of you guys that do not know, my name is Megan Graham. I am a WBFF fitness pro. I also own a hair salon on Newbury Street in Boston. It's called Megan Graham Beauty, for those of you guys that are curious. I'm 44 years old, and I grew up in New Hampshire, and I was an athlete. So I played a lot of sports. I was a super jock, if you will. Hi, Rocky. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Good afternoon. I thought I would do something a little bit different and talk about what I have been doing to make myself feel so much better about myself after all the shutdowns and uncertainty and stress and things like that. So basically, I had stopped doing all of my things to take care of myself. And I think I had some little weights around the house, but it really wasn't working for me. And so I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys a little bit and answer any questions that you guys have about. There's a lot of different topics that I cover on a daily basis. And the reason that I do is that so first of all, I am a bikini competitor with the WBFF Federation. I own a hair salon. I also have an online beauty store where I deal in clean beauty products and things that make you healthier. And so I'm a really busy person, and I have to be able to just keep my phone over here as well. So I have to be able to keep in great shape, but I don't have a lot of time to kind of spend my time at the gym and focus on those things. So I always have these sort of workout and beauty hacks, and I love to share them with other people, because one of the things that I'm seeing at the gym is a lot of people that are basically wasting their time. You don't need to spend 2 hours at the gym every day to get in shape. I think it's a combination of planning out your meals and doing workouts that are really effective. So I see a lot of people that perhaps have some weight to lose on their midsection. I know that one of the first places that I always notice weight gain is right here. Of course, it doesn't go to all the areas that I would love for it to go to. It goes right to my stomach. And so I see people at the gym and they're spending 45 minutes a day doing sit-ups, when the truth is that you're not going to see the results from sit-ups unless you actually lose the body fat in that area first. So I always think that if I have to prioritize my fitness, the things that I'm really going to prioritize would definitely be to, first of all, get 8 hours of sleep a night. And I know that this is the most basic thing, but I think that turning off your phone earlier at night and putting on maybe some blue blocking glasses so that the light from your phone and the TV and things like that doesn't keep you up is really important. I know it's hard to set aside 8 hours to sleep, but if you do that, you're instantly going to be in such a better place. And it's free. It's actually great for you. You'll look better. Love, could you just turn off the light in the kitchen for me too, please? Mm-hmm. Thank you. And the hallway as well, just so everything's off behind me. It's just a little bit distracting. Thank you. So, I always like it when I'm filming if everything's coming from the front. So anyway, I think one super important thing is actually to schedule in your workouts. So I set aside 3 days a week to go to the gym. And for those 3 days, I have a plan that's written for me by my weightlifting coach. His name is Brett Contreras, and I pay him a monthly fee, and he writes me 3 workouts. They are all total body. And what I do, I just brought over my gym bag because I just wanted to give you guys an example of how I plan for the gym. And, one thing to think about is you don't actually have to go to the gym. So it's definitely possible to have a plan that you can do at home as well. But every single month, Brett writes me a plan. And after he writes me a plan, I write it into my workout log. And in this workout log, I record my weights for every single exercise, and I plan on getting stronger and better every day. So for instance, he had me do barbell hip thrusts, and I believe the first time that I did them, it was for there's actually 4 sets, and it's 12 reps, 10 reps, 8 reps, 6 reps. But just to give you an example, the first week for the 6 reps, I was only able to do 155 pounds. And by week number 5, I was up to 225 pounds. So there's a huge difference in my strength between week 1 and week 5. And every single time that I get stronger, I also happen to look better. So obviously there's going to be a point where I can't get any stronger, but I lost so much of my strength over the shutdown. And I did take a before and after photo. So not this week because I'm not 90 days into my plan. But when I do actually finish my 90-day challenge that I'm doing, which is the summer body challenge just with myself. Hello, who's back there? Oh, it's Alfie. You want to sit with me? When I do finish my plan though, I will definitely be sharing those photos just so you guys can see what you can accomplish in 90 days. One of the most important things for me for getting and staying in shape is to actually do these challenges where I take a photo, because if there's something that you don't like, it's so great to look at it every day and think about how you want to change it and how willing you are to give things up and work super hard to reach your goals. I do think it's really important to have a plan that you stick to, that's written out, that you do for a month. And it's going to make you so much more motivated, but also some of the things that you really don't want to do at the gym are the most important things that you can possibly do. Hi, Joby. Thank you so much. The workout log is sorry, Lola. She's a little bit afraid of the book. The workout log makes such a big difference. And it's so funny because even my husband is sitting back there. He's working on his computer. And I'm always like, did you log your weights? And he's like, oh, they're all in my head. And no one can keep their weights in their head because sometimes I can't necessarily get stronger with my weight. I just do a few more reps, but there's just too much that's, going through my head all the time to be able to think of things. And for those of you that don't necessarily want, a custom plan, Brett, my coach, also does plans that are, I have to remember what they're called. I think it's called Booty by Brett, but he is definitely known for giving people like a fantastic set of glutes. That is important, and it does look great in jeans, and it gives you more strength for your lower back and things like that. But he has some great plans. I think that he puts out a new plan every 30 days, and I believe it's a $29.95 membership fee. I completely recommend it. It's great, great stuff. So this workout log just keeps me on track, and I stay accountable. So every single month, at the end of the month, I send him what I started out with my weights and what I ended with my weights. And this just makes me so accountable, and I want to make him proud. So I want to lift more, and I really want to be better than my before photos. So that really keeps me on track for being focused and seeing great results. This book is well worn, and actually, Joby, I get my books from Paper Chase, which I think is actually in the UK. I just love getting cute little books. Like, look at the design on this. It's definitely well loved, but it's adorable. And I think they're little mermaid cats or something. Anyway, definitely write down your plan. And I think it's great to get a plan that Laura said she'll be here in 10. Hold on one second. I'm just going to send her something. You can just text me here and I will tell him to come down. I'm actually right in the middle of my live stream, but he will be down to get everything. Thank you so much. So my food delivery is on the way. That is going to be my next thing that I want to talk about because I think it is super, super important. But I think it's great if you have someone else write your workout. I know that I really could not stand my workout this month. He was having me do an incredibly difficult exercise. It was single leg hip thrusts, and I just wanted to die. It was the hardest thing ever. I was exhausted. And every single time I did it, I wrote Brett and I was like, I can't stand you. This exercise is so hard, but that's exactly why I know it works. So I think if you just kind of do whatever you feel like doing without a plan, you may not see the same results. But if you do something as it is written by someone else and it's a really smart plan, it's going to make a big difference. Thank you so much, Rocky. He's actually allowed on that counter. So that is where we feed Simba because it's the only place. My entire apartment is very kind of like low and modern. And that's the only surface that the dogs cannot access Simba's food because they're actually pretty good jumpers. Thank you for telling me. We actually just got this compressed air to keep him off of the kitchen counter. And he's not even afraid of it at all. He was sort of like, oof, what's that? And then he's in the kitchen, I think. Oh no, is he? Yeah, no, he's on the, never mind. He's on the bar stool. He's being a good kitten right now. Thank you for letting me know, Rocky. So anyway, so this is a really important thing, just having the workout log. And the other thing that I want to say too is I know a lot of people are afraid of putting on too much muscle. It is so, as I've been bodybuilding for years and years and years, and I'm still a teeny tiny person. I think I don't know, I'm somewhere under 120 pounds. I'm 5'5". And at one point I was lifting 325 pounds and I was still a super tiny person. So just know that you don't have to be afraid of lifting weights. They're not going to make you big and bulky. Most of the people that you see that are super big and bulky either have too much body fat or they could be taking some kind of a steroid. It's even my husband, Jeff, lifts a lot of weights. And Jeff, let's see, how big are you? Are you huge? No, he's not huge. And he lifts a lot of weight. So anyway, don't be afraid of lifting heavy weights. If it's not challenging, if you are finding it easy to do your last 2 reps, it's not hard enough for you. I see a lot of women in the gym that are lifting like 2-pound weights like it's hard. I know it's not hard for them and their body's not going to change. And if you're going to spend the time in the gym, make sure that it counts. There's no point of going into the gym and having it not matter. What do you guys, are you doing something right now for your fitness? I'm so curious. If you're on here, please let me know with a comment. Are you working out now? Do you want to work out now? I'm really curious what's going on with everybody that's on here, if you enjoy it. I will just say I used to not enjoy working out, and I basically just read somewhere that you could psychologically trick yourself and just tell yourself every single day, this is a luxury, I want to work out, I'm so lucky, and schedule it in. And once you make it a habit, you would actually start to enjoy it. And I can actually tell you that it's true that if you do make it a habit, you will eventually start to enjoy working out. The benefits are amazing. So I'm 44 years old. I've been working out consistently since I was 24, but I was an athlete growing up. And I think it's made a huge difference in how I look and how I feel. It's definitely limited the health problems that I've had, and I think it's kept me younger as well. So I do recommend it for sure. I just wanted to show you guys some other things that I also have in my bag. So I lift a lot of heavy weights, and I don't necessarily want calluses. So I have these amazing workout gloves. And these gloves are by a company, it's called G Loves. I have them in so many, I don't usually wear them with my ring. My ring's sort of like sticking out over the top, but they are washable. I wash them every single time that I go to the gym, especially now. Here's another super cute pair that I have. They're hot pink with a little bit of black lace, and I think they're so pretty. So Joby, it says you're currently focusing on the nutrition side of fitness at the moment. What should I and shouldn't I, what I should and shouldn't eat and drink. I think that's super, super important to focus on as well. I mean, if there were a few things that I could focus on, my first thing that I would tell people is just focus on sleep, first of all, because if you don't sleep enough, everything else just becomes a disaster. I mean, you're not able to work out, you're hungry all the time. So sleep, a lot of times when I'm talking to clients, I always tell people to take baby steps with fitness. And I think a lot of people feel, come here, Rafi, you can sit with me. A lot of people feel like you have to get every single part of fitness all at once. And I usually feel like, why don't you just concentrate on making one habit? So, get your sleep one week and then maybe focus on drinking more water the next and, just get moving the following. So I think you're really smart to, now he's definitely in the kitchen, sweetie. I see him back there. Now the cat is in the kitchen. But I think that's really, really smart to do. A lot of people do the fitness side and they don't focus on nutrition. And I actually think that if you have time to spend, it would be better to spend about 80% of your time on nutrition and 20% at the gym, because it is definitely your time at the gym that's going to not make the biggest difference. It's important, and I think it's a great thing to add, but what you eat is going to really decide whether you get in shape or not. So there's a lot of people that work very, very hard at the gym, and I see them working. I would honestly say that they're working a lot harder than I am at the gym, but they don't change. Their bodies don't change. And I'm not trying to judge people, but I'm sure that they're working that hard because they want results. And to get results, the eating part is so important. And, I think the thing is, like Joby, I really feel like eating is a thing where, like for me, I used to try to eat perfectly. And I feel like I would always, do something where I felt like I messed up, like I had, 3 pieces of birthday cake or something like that. And then I would eat a lot because I felt bad. And now I usually what I do is I try to keep really healthful things at my home. And that way there's nothing that's so delicious that I can't stop eating. So I don't really keep like bags of chips or candy. There's not a ton of stuff. I'm not sure what's going on back there, but is he on your bag?
No, it was jumping on.
Okay. Anyway, so I don't keep a ton of stuff that I can snack on. It's mostly healthful stuff that I can stop eating if I need to. If I do keep really delicious things in my home, I actually have something called a food safe, which might sound a little bit crazy, but you can actually get it on Amazon. And say I have chocolate or something that I'm the kind of person, if I have it and it's delicious, then I cannot stop eating it. So you can actually set your food safe for anywhere from, I think, 5 minutes to about 10 days. And sometimes I'll take what I want in the morning, so I have it like portioned out for the day, and then I'll lock my food safe. This might sound crazy, but I feel like everybody always talks about self-control. And I truly don't think that most people have self-control around delicious things like maybe chocolates and chips and things like that. So it's an easy way to have them around your house where you won't binge on them if you're like me, because if they're, Jeff, do I tend to binge on chocolate?
Yes.
Yes, he says yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Luscious Lips. My dogs are so cute, and the cat is so funny. Although he's barely paying attention to me because Jeff, my husband, is here, and the cat is way more into Jeff than I am. If you guys are enjoying this content at all, I would love it if you would hit the like button. It always means so much to me. This is, so beauty and fitness is a passion for me. But it's something that I actually have not been on with a live stream for. And I was so excited to talk to you guys about it because I have really figured out a way that I go and I spend 3 hours a week working out. I have a, God bless you. You are really sneezing back there, Poppy. I have a company that actually makes my meals. So they're in Boston. It's called Tiny Spoon for those of you that are interested in looking it up. They actually give some online cooking classes. And I think they're going to be coming out. The food is outside, sweetie. Okay. I think that they're actually coming out with an app soon to help people plan their meals. And you're not bringing the cat, are you? Okay, good. I worry sometimes. Sorry, guys. To help you plan your meals. But basically, they know all my food preferences. They know that I don't eat soy products. I eat all organic, and they make me my meals according to that. Then they check in at the end of the week and so on and so forth. So we always go back and forth, and they make me really gorgeous meals. I love them. We've got a little message from Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. It's so nice for you to stop in here. I really appreciate it. Jeff is being such a good sport, and he's going to get the meals. And of course, all the dogs are really upset that he's going anywhere. So you like to do kickboxing, bar, strength training, dance, Pilates, vinyasa yoga, and any kind of fusion workouts. That's awesome. It sounds like you do so many different things. And I feel like with fitness too, it's really just about doing something that you enjoy, because if you do something that you enjoy, you're going to keep doing it. And that's really the key for anything. I don't know about you guys, but as soon as I get my body moving, I feel 10 times better. I'm in a better mood. I'm more patient. I feel prettier, basically. When I'm not working out, I just don't feel as positive about my body. So it's made a really big difference for me to be able to start. So the gyms were closed in Boston for a little while. And that was really hard for me because I have been strength training since I was 24 years old. And I think I've always said it was my medicine. So not only does it make me look better, but it makes me feel better. And it's just a really important part of my day. For those of you guys that are not doing strength training, I feel like it is very, very important because every year over the age, I want to say of around 20, you start to lose muscle mass. So having some muscle, now I can turn off my phone because the food has been here. Having some muscle really makes a difference in how your body looks. So young bodies have more muscle. Old bodies or older bodies have lost muscle. So when you replace that body muscle, you're automatically going to look younger. It's just going to really fill out your body really nicely. And I think that a lot of people, when they say that they want a toned body, it really means that they want muscle. Muscle is a great, great thing. I'm trying so hard right now to put my muscle back on. So I'm making sure I'm probably eating about, I would say 2,300 calories right now. I'm just working on staying about the same weight. I wouldn't mind if I gained a little bit of weight, but somewhere in the same weight range. I'm just going to lose some body fat and gain some muscle so I can be ready for summer and some photo shoots and things that I'm going to do. But I think doing whatever you really enjoy is the most important thing. So when I go to the gym, I have my little bag ready and I walk in with some of my own equipment just because a lot of the time the gym does not have what I need. So I figured I would just bring my bag with what it has. This is actually a nice pad that I use for hip thrusts. It's actually a squat pad and I got it from a store called, it's the X-Band store, but my coach Brett Contreras also has them on his website. This is great because I'm already up to 225 pounds with my hip thrusts. It's a lot of pressure and I need something that will really protect my hips from the pressure. So on top of that, the other thing that I bring in, I always have this little mesh bag, and I think it's from Under Armour. It's like a little backpack that I bring into the gym, and it's got all of my little accessories. So I always, now this is a different thing, but I bring a few extra masks because I find that when I'm working out really hard, sometimes there's a little bit of condensation on my mask, which is gross and it makes it harder to breathe. So I always get rid of that. This is also from the X Bands, and I have 2 little ankle cuffs, and I use those for different cable exercises that I'm using to build and strengthen my glutes. These are amazing, and it's nice to have 2 because then you don't always have to be taking it off of one ankle. Do you want to go see Daddy? Go ahead. You don't have to be taking it off of one ankle and putting it on the other ankle. Jeff is actually going to bring in the food so I can show you guys, because one of the things that everyone was asking me to do was to show them what I eat in an average week. But I just wanted to show you a couple more things. I also keep some bands in my gym bag. So I have various bands. Some of them, like that's a very, very light band. This is a medium band. And where's my strongest one? This is my strongest band that I have right now, although I had a really nice black fabric band that was from my coach. And because it was black and the gym floors are also black, I lost it. And then I always have an extra pen so I can make sure to write down my workouts, because it is really hard to find anybody with a pen at the gym. So are you guys interested in seeing what the nutrition for the week looks like? And does anybody have any questions about either working out? I know some people said they had some. Literally any questions you have, don't be shy. This is a super friendly place and you can always participate in the discussion. I know that like there are so many nice people on my live stream. So anything that you feel like asking, please feel free. And I think what I'm going to do is actually wheel my computer over so we can look at what we've got for meals, if you guys are interested in that. I think I'm just going to turn on a better light so we have a little bit more light too, because it's getting a little bit dark outside now. That's better. Perfect. All right, so I am going to, let me see how I can rearrange this. When you film in your tiny apartment, you have to be a little bit creative. So let's see how I can shoot this. Okay, perfect. I'm like, Jeff, you don't know. I'm like, I'm going to kick Jeff out of the background too. He's just going to sit back there. I just moved Jeff around. Jeff is doing our laundry for me, which is super, super nice. All right, so I'm going to come and sit down just so I can visit with you guys a little bit better. And I apologize for the distraction. I love when my husband is home. And let me just rearrange one more thing because my lighting is now going this way. Hang on one second, guys. Okay, I think that's a little bit better, and I'm going to bring my computer a little bit closer so that I can better answer your questions. Sorry for that rearranging, but I'd rather have it so I can sit down and show you guys what I have here. Let's see. Okay, so perfect. So Joby, I'm going to show you my nutrition, and Tiffany, I do use a Fitbit, and I don't really track too much. I try to get 10,000 steps or more at least, let's say at least about 5 days a week. When I'm working in my salon, it's really hard to get that many steps in. So I don't always get that many steps in. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But for me, as long as I know that I'm hitting my weight goals, I'm not really too worried about where my heart rate is or anything like that. So this is always really a shocking thing for people, but I don't do any cardio. So I only weight train. If I do, I might add a little bit of cardio right now simply because I'm working on losing a little bit of body fat so I can get back to being super lean. If I do that, I won't be doing more than 10 minutes of cardio a week. I would do 10 minutes of intervals, maybe even two different days of 5 minutes of intervals. It would be very, very small. But I do like a Fitbit just so that I know how much I actually am just walking around and things like that. So it's really just tracking my activity. I'm switching my light one more time because I had it over in one spot and it's still kind of over to the side. So bear with me for one moment. Perfect, Alfie, you look gorgeous. Okay, that is so much better. I think the only thing that's hard about a live stream is that it's live. Okay, so I'm just going to this is a great little coffee table where I do a lot of my work, and I did bring a notebook just in case you guys needed me to link to any things that I was talking about, because sometimes I have been known to forget to link to things. So I'm just gonna put a towel down because I tend to, the containers have little things on them sometimes, and I like to keep my home really, really nice. Okay, so the way that I get my food from Tiny Spoon Chef is that they bring it all. They actually, this is amazing, and it feels like a luxury, but they bring it to me and it is already made. And on the package, there's always a note from my chef. Her name is Laura. She is fantastic. And I'm just gonna read you guys what is on the menu for this week. And then after I read you what's on the menu, I'm actually going to show you the individual items, but there's some great things that they make for me. So for tonight, we're going to have Sicilian baked swordfish with spaghetti squash. And it tells us exactly how to make it. So it says preheat the oven to 375 degrees, pour the sauce into an oven-safe baking dish, and place the swordfish on top. Drizzle swordfish with a little olive oil and a pinch of salt. Bake covered for 15 to 18 minutes. Meanwhile, warm the spaghetti squash in a non-stick skillet with a little olive oil. Plate swordfish, sauce, and spaghetti squash together and finish with a squeeze of lemon. So it's a really fabulous way to get my meals because everything is already made and all I have to do is put things together in about 5 minutes. I was getting some pre-made fitness meals. I think I got some from Trifecta Nutrition, and they were the worst meals I've ever had. They were just so terrible and not palatable, and it was definitely cheaper than this. But for me, if food isn't good, then I just want to go and get takeout, and that really defeats the purpose because then I'm not eating healthfully. Hi, absolutely. You can absolutely ask me something. Go ahead. Thank you so much. So I'm also going to, I will look at that question in just a minute, but for the rest of the week, there is peanut chicken satay skewers with basil cauliflower, which sounds amazing. And this one is really easy too. It says 1 hour before dinner or overnight, pour the chicken marinade over the skewers and refrigerate. Come dinner time, place the skewers on an oiled baking sheet and broil for 4 to 5 minutes on each side. Meanwhile, warm the cauliflower also in the oven about 3 minutes or until hot. Serve with peanut dipping sauce on the side. So I love this so much. And it's so easy for me. I actually got the name of Tiny Spoon Chef from a friend of mine in Boston that's a nutritionist. And when she told me about it, I thought it sounded like the best thing in the world because during this time that I've been growing, so basically since the shutdown last March, first I shut down my salon for 3 months, and then I wrote an ebook. I filmed a series of videos on how to color your own hair at home. I built my online store from very tiny to over 120 items. And I grew my YouTube and monetized it. So as you can imagine, I'm back to work at my salon. I'm super busy. I want content for you guys, and I've been too busy to take care of myself. So this food that is ready for me has been life-changing. So the first delivery that I got when Chef Laura dropped off my food, I almost started tearing up because I felt so cared for, and it was really nice to have my food ready for me. And depending on where you guys are, there may be something like this in your area, or I'm just happy to post the entire menu just to give you guys some ideas that prepping healthy meals does not mean that they can be delicious. It doesn't have to be painful. These meals are some of the best meals that I have ever had in my life. And I actually told the owner, Janice, that she should consider making a cookbook because so many people want to eat healthfully. They want to look great and they want it to be a way of life. So it's a great thing that we can do. Cal, thank you so much and it might be Callie, sorry, I'm a little bit far away. Rocky, seriously, the meals are so delicious. The meal that she made a special meal because my husband Jeff was back in town. And the meal that we had the first night was one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. It was just so tailor-made to what I enjoy eating. It was short ribs with this delicious sweet potato and root vegetable mash. And then she made white chocolate truffles with pistachio on the outside. And obviously there were only 3 truffles each, so it wasn't anything crazy, but it was just so delicious and healthful. So Cal, I'm not really talking about Yorkies today, but if you would like to, if you would like to hop on I will be talking about Yorkies on my video on Wednesday. So I'd love to answer your question, but if you have any beauty, fitness, wellness questions, that would be amazing. And not trying to be rude at all. I just feel like I love to talk about Yorkies and I so appreciate you being on here. But a little bit about health and fitness and things like that, because I feel like right now, everybody can be even more beautiful. Also, check it out. I've got a video on how to groom a Yorkie face, and that might be really helpful for you as well because it shows me kind of close-up grooming. And it will be really good for you. So some of the other things that I have, okay, ground beef chili with salsa and guacamole. Who doesn't love guacamole? It is the best thing ever. So that meal sounds delicious. Also very easy. All I have to do is in a large saucepan, warm the chili over low to medium heat. Perfect. I can definitely warm food. I am able to do that. So warm the chili over low to medium heat until gently simmering, spoon into bowls and top with a generous amount of salsa and guacamole. And then we have braised apple chicken with warm farro and kale salad. That sounds adventurous. I don't think I've ever had farro, but I bet you it's delicious and also sounds super, super easy. I just have to preheat the oven, place the chicken, marinade and all in an oven-safe baking dish, cover and bake for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, lay the kale on an oiled sheet pan and bake until warm. The farro can be warmed in a skillet with a drizzle of olive oil. Toss the kale and farro together while still warm and drizzle with balsamic vinaigrette. And all the salad dressings that they make are all, I think, hold on one second. And it looks like I have found my first person that I actually that I needed to report on YouTube. Yikes. All right. Anyway, well, we will just totally ignore that person. I guess there was bound to be a not wholesome person on my channel at some point, right? Eventually, I need to get a moderator to help me out so I don't actually have to stop and do that. So Joby, I do use this food service every week. I was just eating so poorly and I felt like it was impossible to reach my goals if I didn't have something healthful to eat. So when you use this service, you have to make a commitment to use them, I I think it's for a month because they do so much setup to get to know you and your food tastes and things like that. But also once I tried using the service, I just wanted to use it all the time because it was so convenient and so delicious. So yes, I do actually use the service every single week. And what's also nice is that they do my shopping for me. So at the bottom, they also made me paleo date energy bites. And they always tell me a proposed menu, and I can tell them if there's something that I really don't like. I think they had suggested some kind of egg bites for me. So it would have been something refrigerated. And I didn't really like the idea of going in and getting something out of the refrigerator that like, I like eggs when they're fresh. And so I just said, can I have something else? So they made me some paleo, I think they're like date, maple syrup, and I don't know what else they have in them, but they're really healthy paleo bites. So I have that instead because when I'm working or when I'm working on videos, I tend to be really busy and sometimes I forget to stop and eat if I don't have something quick that I can snack on. So for groceries, they also get those for me, and they got me organic bananas, organic oranges, a container of salted organic cashews, vanilla almond milk, organic raspberries, limes, baby carrots, hummus, Pellegrino in glass bottles, and beef jerky, which is one of my other favorite treats. So I'm just going to show you how these things look. So first of all, I'm just going to take out the regular groceries, and I'll bring this up a little bit so you guys can see me a little bit better. Sorry, I'm kind of not the best angle, but hopefully you guys will forgive me for that. So I'm just putting a little bit of my regular groceries to the side because they are right on the top of the bag. And then I will show you how cute they make everything else for me. Love, do you think you would do me a favor? Jeff is down there in the bedroom, and I was going to have him take away some things for me, but I guess I can't. I just want to make sure that my messages. Absolutely, Rocky. So the service is called Tiny Spoon Chef, and you can look it up. It's in Boston. They have an Instagram, which is great. I'm going to see if I can actually, let's bring the bags a little bit lower so I don't have to stand up while I unpack these. It's always interesting to figure out camera logistics when you're also live. So, but you guys are super, super patient with me. But yes, I would definitely follow them on Instagram. Janice, that is the one that owns the service, is amazing. And she does such a great job with her social media. I'm not sure, but I would assume that there's a service like this in a lot of different cities. And I know that Janice is actually going to be expanding. I know she's expanding into LA soon, and I'm not sure what other areas she's going to be in. But she did tell me that she's also making an app, and I think it's going to be a meal planning app that just helps people to figure out what to eat, because sometimes it's so difficult to know what to make. You know, there's so many different options and choices. Moving some of these things around. Ooh, looks so good. So when I get my little containers, and I'll be putting these into sort of little meal groups so you can see, but this is how my meals come. So my kale is already roasted. My chili is all packaged. It's a lot of chili because Jeff is here. I've got my chicken skewer marinade, lemon for my swordfish, and ooh, this is so nice. So this week I did ask for some more carbs because I felt really hungry last week, like I needed a little bit more food. And with my heavy duty workouts, I wanted more carbs. So she made me some butternut squash so I could combine that with any of the meals that I wanted to combine it with. These are my date energy bites, just so I have something really, really quick that I can have. Oops, my alarm is going off because it's telling me that I need to go out for a walk with my little dog babies in about, I think, 15 minutes. And then we've got, oh my gosh, this looks amazing. This is definitely for tonight. So it's really difficult to see. So I'm just going to take the top off so you guys can get a better idea. So this is my spaghetti squash. It's already cooked, and that's going to go with the swordfish. So it will just need to be heated up. my teeny tiny container of beef jerky as well. And let us see what else is in here. This one says carry flat. I'm assuming that it might be the swordfish, but let's check it out. Okay, so there's a lot of food in these bad boys. Okay, so we've got a container of swordfish, and I always start to group my meals together. So I know that the swordfish is going to go with the spaghetti squash, and then there's lemon for on top of the swordfish. And then we've got, this is going to be the apple chicken, which I'm having at the end of the week. And, oh my goodness, what is this? Wow. There's definitely a lot more food this week because my husband is in town. This is going to be my chicken skewers. And what's really nice is a lot of these baking pans just go right in the oven. So looks like the chicken is already on skewers, and I just need to cook it after I put that marinade on it. And let's see what we've got in this last bag. All right, so we've got salsa, and I believe, I'm trying to remember what went with what right now. So we're gonna look back and we'll group these meals together. Here's my swordfish sauce. So we'll put this, oh my gosh, it looks so amazing. And it's totally homemade. So that is going to be delicious. We'll put that in our little swordfish group. Oh, Alfie thinks it looks delicious too. We've got balsamic vinaigrette. This is a lot of food, by the way. Peanut dipping sauce. Okay, this is the farro, which I remember went at the end of the week. That's all packaged up as well. And then we have some guacamole. And I remember that the guacamole and the salsa went together. So I'm just going to show you guys the little groupings of meals that I have. And then just let me know if you're interested in, me putting this into the description just so you can get some meal prep ideas. I don't actually have all of the, oh, I hear him talking on his phone back there. I don't actually have all of the recipes, but I do have different descriptions. Okay, so for the first meal, we've got Sicilian baked swordfish with spaghetti squash. So we've got our lemon for that, spaghetti squash, swordfish, and the sauce. Let me just check this out too. Rocky, is anyone else drooling over their phone or computer, or is it just me? These meals look so good. Seriously, Rocky, these are the best meals I have ever had because I like going out to dinner, but I actually just prefer to eat exactly what I want. So this is like my perfect kind of food. It's total heaven. And it's also nice because Jeff is not always here. He's in Aspen and then he's here sometimes. So we don't get a ton of time together. And obviously going out is not really a big thing right now anyway, but we don't get to talk as much when that happens. Jeff? Yeah. Can you turn that off, sweetie? The TV's on back there and I totally hear it. Sorry, guys. I'll be done in 5 minutes and then he can watch TV if he wants to. So anyway,
yes.
Could you turn that off, please?
What's that?
The sound that's back. I'm just trying to finish. Sometimes it's hard when you're used to being by yourself and you're doing a live and there's sound back there because it's so distracting. Sorry, guys. Okay, perfect. So I will put these into the description and just to kind of group things together. So I've got my chicken skewers over here and they are going, and this is actually good for me to put everything together because I like to organize it in the fridge so it's all together. So I've got chicken skewers and then I've got basil cauliflower, which is going to go with the chicken skewers. And then on top of that, it looks like we need to find our peanut dipping sauce, which is for the chicken skewers. And I believe there's one more thing. Okay, chicken skewer marinade. So that is going to be that meal. It sounds so delicious. And there's a lot of things that I would not necessarily choose on my own. I don't think I really buy cauliflower all the time, but it's so good for you. And I appreciate that they're always rotating new things in for me. So then we've got ground beef chili with salsa and guacamole. So our chili is right here, and then it's going to have guacamole. So we'll put that on top and salsa with it. That's going to be so delicious. And then Lola, that's enough. I know she hears the neighbors upstairs. So then on top of it, we've got braised apple chicken with warm farro and kale salad. So here's the apple chicken, and we've got farro, and it says kale salad. So the kale is going to go with this. And I believe, okay, balsamic vinaigrette. So that's another meal. And then this is just like a little wild card that I have to add to it for more calories so that I don't waste away from all my jobs and my working out. So that is what a week's worth of eating looks like. I usually just make my own breakfast. I tend to eat about 2 or 3 organic cage-free eggs with some berries, avocado, and I love Ezekiel, their grain-free muffins. So that's kind of what an average week looks like for me. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. It was so fun doing a different kind of YouTube for you. It was funny. Hi, Alfie. They're ready for me to take them out now. So I'm going to take my babies out on a walk. But this is how my meals come. I will post this in the description. Most likely not until tomorrow, but then I will put it in the description. And if you guys like to hear about beauty and fitness and all of those things, I'd love to do another one of these live streams. I have a lot of good tips. I think that there's a lot of easy things that you can do to get in shape and stay motivated. And I love to share those with people because it doesn't have to be so hard. And when you take care of your body and you're in shape, you feel better. It feels good. You get one body and it's great to feel healthy and beautiful. So it was really nice to talk to you guys today. Really funny that I finally had kind of one crazy person on my live stream chat, but I guess that's bound to happen, right? Anyway, thank you so much for joining. Thanks for your questions. And I'm going to take the babies out with my husband, Jeff, get a little walking exercise, and then we're going to put together a swordfish dinner. So I hope you guys stay healthy and beautiful and that you enjoyed this live stream. I will definitely be back with another one soon. And I cannot wait until I can show you guys my updated progress pictures because I am getting super, super strong and I'm going to get into amazing shape regardless of what's going on with the world because being in great shape always makes you feel good. Rocky, thank you so much for joining. You always totally brighten up my day, and I appreciate your support so much. This was a totally different kind of live stream, and I was a little bit nervous, so thank you for being so supportive. You guys always just give me so much positive energy. Joby, I appreciate you so much. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you very much. Have a great evening, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much.